Hello, my name is Damar. My age, 18.
My name is Edward Ward, and I'm 23 years old.
What Blocks Together is about an organization to bring about family, trust, and love, and they got a lot of love for all the youth that they see walk around here. If I have a problem with school or with anybody, I could come to Blocks Together.
I got involved with Blocks Together as a freshman in high school. I got involved because of the turnaround that was happening at my school or high school. The turnaround, they were going to lay off all of the staff and bring in an entirely different staff, and so the students were fighting and trying to find where we could go to actually stage an effective fight. And that's when I met some of the staff with Blocks Together who were downstairs in the lobby of the school, and they told us they were there to fight with us, and from that day forward, I was here with Blocks Together.
I've been working with Blocks Together. It's going to be 9 years in June. The values in which Blocks Together stands are continuous learning, self-determination, love, engagement.
They come and make sure that our grades above average. If we got like an F or a D, they want to make it their business to come in and help us with our work and make sure that we get that F up so we can have the good grades that we normally have.
My first impression of the people from Blocks Together is that they were crazy. Like just straight up crazy. It's like you come in and you come in unapologetically. For me, going to school, we were told that you have to conform to the system. What people tell you, what people in authority tell you, you have to go by. You have to listen to it. You have to do what they say. That's just how it's always been. And so I went with that mentality that if that's the way it is, then I must follow suit. But then meeting people from Blocks Together, like that's not the way it has to be.
Whether it's, making sure that you deserve quality education, that no, it's not okay that you don't have a damn librarian in your school. No, it's not okay that they're taking gym away. No, it's not okay that there's rats and rat droppings all over your school. No, it's not okay that when you walk into your school, you're walking into a prison. No, it's not okay that you're fearful for your life walking in school. You know what? So it's really like almost awakening. Like sometimes I feel like I'm an alarm clock, like, wake the fuck up. This is not okay.
9 years later, I am now the youth organizer with Blocks Together, where I go to the same high school and even work with high school students in different ages, where we bring young people here. We work on issues such as systems change, restorative justice practices, building and mending relationships with the police officers, making youth and young people aware of the different types of systems that they're faced with in this city, not just in the city, but in this country, and finding ways on how we can effectively dismantle the system.
One of the bad words we use in this organization is agitation and buy-in. We don't believe in agitating, we believe in educating. So once people begin to understand connections and begin to understand systems that create the conditions in which people are living, it's this awakening process, right? So I no longer have to agitate you, manipulate you emotionally to get you engaged, right? So we understand that takes time, and we're willing to give it time. We're not bounded by having these short-term victories that people say, or go for the low-hanging fruit. We understand that system change takes time, and the most important person that needs to change in this battle is ourselves.
They often tell us that, well, if the system is oppressing you, that's just the nature of the beast. Now, I would often accept that before, but now I'm at the point where I don't accept that it's the nature of the beast. And I don't think we should teach our young people to accept that it's the nature of the beast. Because if the nature of the beast is inherently violent, if the nature of the beast is continuing to kill our children, if the nature of the beast is continuing to close our schools, if the nature of the beast is continuing to strip our communities of resources, that is a beast that needs to be put down, and not a beast that needs to be reformed or a beast that needs to be tolerated. It needs to be destroyed. And that's what we teach our young people when they come here at Blocks Together.
Peace, y'all, Rod Stars. We coming at you from the South Bronx on top of the old RDAC rooftop for another episode of Rooftop Live for And You Don't Stop. We here with an amazing MC, you know what I'm saying, representing Mexico, representing Brooklyn, representing Pro Era, Beast Coast, you know what I'm saying, and also representing that 47. We're gonna talk about that. Let me introduce you to my brother, Dirty Sanchez, y'all. All right, so tell us, my G, for folks that don't know about Dirty Sanchez, tell them who Dirty Sanchez is.
Dirty Sanchez is just like, some Mexican nigga, some rapper, some ill rapper from Brooklyn, New York. Overall, I'm just a regular nigga, you know what I mean? Like, grew up in Brooklyn, always wanted to do this shit, finally did it, and I'm trying to, change the world, you feel me?
I first heard about, you know what I'm saying, Pro Era crew when I seen, you know, video with Joey Badass and Capital Steez, you know what I'm saying? I know Capital Steez was your man, and you know what I'm saying? And so tell me a bit about how, you know, you're doing the 47, you know what I'm saying, brand and how y'all working with that.
The 47 really was, it was something that me and Steez created. It's something that's it's real spiritual. It's real it's like a brotherhood. You know what I mean? It's like the 7 chakras. So that's how he taught me. And other people know about the 13 chakras, but there's 1 to 7 going up. So the 4th chakra is your heart. You feel me? And he told me that I was like the representation of that. So that's a real important number to me. And the 7, that's the crown, because he was always looking at the future. He always knew what was gonna happen. So he's the 7. That's the top chakra. So that's something that I just go by. I'd like to use my heart and my mind in everything that I do, because if that's not in it, I might as well just not even do it. You feel me?
So, you know, Pro Era, Beast Coast, that's a crew that, you know, really from my perspective, really been bringing back, you know what I mean, that Brooklyn, New York sound, you know what I'm saying, with the beats, the style. I see you rocking the Nautica, you know what I mean, representing. So tell me a bit about how y'all, you know what I'm saying, kind of like, for me, how y'all kind of influenced by that 90s era in Brooklyn.
Growing up, I had a big brother, and that nigga just put me onto everything he was listening to. He's like 6, 7 years older than me, so whatever he knows about music, I know about music just naturally. So, I mean, I just grew up knowing all of that shit, and I just like to continue it. I don't really like the new styles that's going on now.
And what's crazy to me is that y'all got a 90s type sound, but y'all 2016 with it, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I hear it. Maybe 2027 with it even, on some future shit. But I think that also, what I find interesting about you is that, you know, you from Puebla, right? You from Mexico. And in New York, it's a new migration, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of happening. I feel like you really are like a representation of that first generation, you know, second generation growing up over here, you know what I'm saying? So tell me a bit about how, you know, as a Mexicano in the game, you feel like you've been able to break those barriers and come out and do hip hop.
My parents always told me to like not worry about anything, what anybody tells me that I can't do. I know I could do anything, so it didn't really matter growing up as a Mexican. Like, I was always around like my niggas. Like, it don't matter what race you are. I had Chinese friends, black friends, Paki friends, like from all over the world and shit. So the rap shit, it just, like I said, it came naturally. I knew everybody that did it. Niggas would freestyle as kids at school and shit. Nobody ever said anything to me because I was like Mexican or anything. I do recognize like a lot of Mexicans coming up to me like, yo, bro, like, thank you for rapping and being Mexican. Like, I used to not like. I'm like, what? How you didn't like being Mexican, bro? Like, I love it, and I always did, and I always will and shit. So that kind of does push me to like do it even better for my Mexican people to just, I don't know, to feel good about themselves, but really just doing this shit because I love it, you feel me?
Yo, we live out here at the rooftop. My name is Dirty Sanchez, because I'm dirty, look at me. Fucking dirty as shit. Yeah! Check, check, check. It's dirty. What's my name? What's my name? Where I'm from, where I came. I think I've gone insane. Look both ways, life's a game of double dutch, so I took both J's. All I see is black and white and different shades of gray, but the light is in the middle if you're trying to stay. If you're trying to stay, I said look both ways. Life's a game of double dutch, so I took both J's. All I see is black and white and different shades of gray, but the light is in the middle if you're trying to stay. If you're trying to stay, look, I said my word is my weapon. I stepped in, definitely reppin' till the death end. My hair's still messy just from sleeping on the desk, and I cheated on my test. Now tell my teachers I'm the best. They still wonder where they went wrong. Imagine when I got the coagulates on my left arm. They say it's magic, I just balance it, then I lift off. Duality's just an anomaly. When you live strong, I'm blessed like the third rock from the sun. I shine like the third option, man, I'm probably the one. A certified monk when the product's in my lungs, and the profits will open up your optics if you dumb. Channel the fourth, it's a challenging force. Now open the doors and bring the next challenger forth. Mandela when I had the mandala, of course. They want to take this man's dollar when the chalice is torched. So look both ways, life's a game of double dutch, so I took both J's. All I see is black and white and different shades of gray, but the light is in the middle if you're trying to stay. If you're trying to stay, don't forget to look both ways. It's dirty. Yo, 47 shit, my nigga.